Alright y'all, so in this video, I'm gonna be ranking all of Ash's teams, but I'm not doing it alone. Everybody please join me in welcoming up-and-coming PokeTuber and my friend, Pokiiii!
Hello everyone, my name is Pokiiii and I'm here to help out Owl on ranking all of Ash's teams from worst to best. Oh, well, you can take the mic back.
Alright, let's get the obvious out the way. This team is a hot pile of doo-doo garbage. Like, I was convinced that this man Ash had an extra chromosome for 3 years because of the things he was doing, and his team reflected that. There were only 2, maybe 3 good mons: Crocodile, Pignite, and maybe Pikachu. I know I shouldn't be disrespecting the son of Arceus like this, but it was dark times. Everybody else was either okay or just flat out bad. Oshawott, Pignite, Leavanny, these guys, barbecue chicken. It's like watching a Pelicans game. It's not fun. That Elisa fight pisses me off every time I think about it, but more on that in a later video. And not to mention, it took Ash 60 plus episodes to catch his ace. 60! Damn near half the season, and he's aceless. Him and Luffy got a lot more in common than we think. Are we sure they're not related? Yeah, overall, this team sucks. And the fact that they couldn't handle Cameron's team was the icing on the cake. And they have an overall win rate of 58%, the third lowest out of all of Ash's teams, which is a lot higher than I expected. Who out here balling? But I'll give them their props. I'm sure there are moments where they were cooking. Can I name them off the top of my head? No, but I'm sure there's one.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna give it to you straight. This team is straight cards. Listen, Charizard and Pikachu are hard carrying this team on their back, so because of that, I'm going to specifically talk about their feats. Charizard was capable of beating Gary's Blastoise and also destroyed Dragonair. Why do I bring up Dragonair, you might be asking? Well, I don't know, maybe because Dragonair have the capability of destroying entire cities? Just a little fun fact. And of course, Gary's Blastoise is a formidable Pokemon as well, but then again, this is pretty much Charizard's best feats. Pikachu also did some crazy good work, but I think its spotlight was kind of lost to Ash's Snorlax. Beating Pokemon like Nidoqueen and Arcanine, whom are very powerful Pokemon by the way, is incredibly impressive. Not to mention, if my memory serves correct, didn't Bro also have like 5 moves as well? So I guess that counts for something. Listen man, I'm really playing with sticks and stones here, alright?
Coming in at number 6, we got Ash's original team. Obviously, we got the hard hitters such as Pikachu, the Kanto Trio, and Snorlax if you want to count him. I don't know if he should count because he's Orange Islands, but hey, let me know in the comments. Other than those guys, everyone else is not great. Because for some strange reason, Ash had an odd obsession of releasing his Pokemon days after catching them. Butterfree, Primeape, Haunter literally released Bro the next day. Pidgeot, even though he didn't release him until way later and he's back now, he was still gone for most of the show. And then there's the forgettables, Muck, Kingler, and his 30 Tauros. And it's not even their fault. I swear they make it seem like his original team consisted of these 4 and no one else. Like against Brandon, he only brought back these 4. Did they forget about Kingler's King Sanity run during the Indigo League? Bro soloed Mandy's entire team. Why are they trying to hide that? Now, I'm not saying the core 4 are bad. They're pretty good, especially Charizard, despite how much I hate him. Ninja Frog for life. And I know I can't be talking because my favorite Pokemon also gets a lot of attention, but at least his teammates aren't getting sent on 30-year training arcs just to never show up again. No, seriously, if you're not Pikachu, a starter, or an ace, don't get comfortable because yo ass about to be gone. Ash's original team had a lot of potential, but since they love shipping everybody off somewhere or barely giving other Pokemon screen time, the team gets brought down for me.
Now moving on to Advance, we don't really got much more to work with, to be honest with you. Listen, Sceptile and Pikachu also did most of the work throughout this series. By far, Pikachu's best feat during that series was beating Regice, as the Regi trio hold a fraction of Regigiga's true power. And in some cases, they're even capable of even sparring with Groudon and Kyogre, so this is a monumental feat that shouldn't be overlooked. Sceptile also put in work during the Frontier, such as beating Claydol and Shiftry, but I would honestly say that Pikachu was much more of a star during Advance, in my opinion. But one more fight I should mention is Torkoal versus Registeel, because although Torkoal lost the battle, he did at least put up a fight, which is a very good feat, especially considering that all 3 Regis are relative to each other. So Torkoal, good job, buddy.
Alright, now we're going to be talking about good teams. In the number 4 spot, we got the Alola team. I love the Alola team a lot, especially this guy. I mean, he's the channel mascot, and we both love to eat and sleep. That's gang right there. Other than that, I think the Alola team is pretty slept on. Yeah, he had the sun, a really strong wasp, and a metal man-child on his team, to which he didn't really use. But for the Pokemon he actually used, he was cruising. Rowlet, underrated. Incineroar, underrated. Lycanroc, underrated. Pikachu had the most dominant season with 13 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Not only that, he pulled off one of the greatest carry jobs since Duncan in 03. What are we talking about? And this carried over into Journeys. That Charizard genuinely changed him. But as much as I hate to say it, given how experienced Ash was, Alola wasn't much of a competition for him. They weren't as battle oriented until he got there. They only had 3 kahunas with 4 islands, and they didn't have a league. But by no means are they weaker. They won the chip after all. I mean, shoot, they was hopping dimensions, fighting literal, what do you even, light? I think, yeah, they were fighting, yeah, that's what Necrozma is, right? Light. Yeah, they were fighting Lights and Ultra Beasts every other Wednesday. Like, come on, bro. And to top it off, they have the 2nd highest win rate of all Ash teams. So, shoot, they're pretty goated. Not gonna lie, I think Rowlet can beat Corphish. Am I crazy for saying that? I don't think so.
Alright, now we're talking. Up next is Diamond and Pearl. Now this team was absolutely peak, and of course I need to gas up Infernape here, so let's get started. First off, arguably Infernape's best feat is beating Paul's Electivire, who he not only beat, but was also capable of reacting and dodging some of its lightning-based attacks. And in case you didn't know, lightning is, just a tiny bit fast, I would say. Infernape also fought other electric Pokemon like Jolteon and Luxray, which shows just how fast this Pokemon truly is. Moving on to Pikachu, he did manage to tie with Latios, which is still very impressive. Other notable fights include Torterra versus Elite Four member Bertha. And although it resulted in a loss, Torterra did put up a good fight. In general, the Sinnoh team was a lot more balanced than all of the past teams mentioned, which is why they are so high up on the list.
Oh, I should have handed this one to Pokiiii because I'm about to go on for a minute. This team is peak. From the birds to the snail. This team is triple S. Alright, on a serious note, I think Pokemon did a great job in showcasing this team. I feel like it's here where we get to see more personality coming from more than just 2 or 3 Pokemon. No one feels like they're just there, you know? I put this team number 2 because I feel like this team and Sinnoh's team are in the same boat, but in my opinion, I feel like X and Y did it a little better. Is this nostalgia speaking? Maybe. But after growing up and really watching Ash's teams and how they perform, X and Y is one of one. Yeah, I can agree that they relied on Greninja a little too much, but he cold. Nothing else, he's just cold. I'm gonna be honest, I can't give a good explanation because when you're watching them in action, you're just speechless and all you can think is, ain't nobody doing it like that. These 2 evolved fighting Zapdos and Moltres. Keep in mind, you can find these guys in your backyard. I know Moltres was hot, no pun intended, when he tried killing Ash and then Talonflame was like, blocked by James, and used his flamethrower to evolve. I'd be mad too. And they were all somewhat involved in a regional war, which side note is never brought up again. Like, is no one in Kalos aware that they almost died? I'm surprised Ash isn't considered a war hero alongside being a champion. Bonnie caught a body. That does not happen on your average Tuesday. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Like I said, the XY gang is one of one. Took Ash to the finals, even though we ain't seen most of it, and it's an all-around great team. But as much as it pains me to say this, they're not number 1.
And last but not least is Journeys. Pikachu beat Leon, who is canonically the most powerful champion, which already makes Ash's team the strongest, but if you needed more info, here we go. Lucario managed to spar with Greninja for a bit, and although he's a lot weaker than Greninja, it is still an impressive feat nonetheless, considering how strong Ash Greninja is from fighting Alola and other criminals. Then we also have Surfetch, who managed to weaken Cynthia's Garchomp a ton before Lucario was able to join the fray. Among other Pokemon like Dragonite and Gengar, it's not a surprise that Journeys is number 1. Then again, this team also has Pikachu at his peak, so it is quite unfair to say the least. But anyways, that's the list, and I just want to thank Owl for having me here because it means so much to me, man. I greatly appreciate it. You are the GOAT!
Hey, no problem, man. But if anything, I should be the one thanking you. You know, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this with me. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do this again in the future. But with that being said, thank y'all for watching the video, and thank you to Pokiiii for coming on here and doing this with me. His channel is in the link in the description below, so if you want to check him out, I highly recommend you do. And I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. God bless, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.